Hello, and welcome back to another episode.
Yes, and this time we'll be answering general questions about exercising from the internet.
All right, let's get started.
How many times a week should I work out? Well, this will depend a lot on the individual and what kind of sports or program you're into, but there is a common thread here, right? And this common thread is consistency. So as a general advice, what I always give to clients that I work with is basically, you need to choose a number of training days that you can realistically think you can stick to on the week, right? So if this is 2 workouts, then that's 2 workouts for now, right? The goal is to be consistent week after week so that you can see results coming in. So if you're a beginner and you have a lot of time to train during the week, let's say 5 times, right? You don't necessarily have to fill up these 5 days with 5 workouts. You can just choose a very conservative number, maybe 1 or 2 sessions a week to begin with at least 1 day of rest in between. See how you feel, see how your body recovers with these workouts on the week, and then only after a certain time that you have experienced how these workouts feel for you, then you can think about adding another workout, maybe a 3rd session on that week. And if you add this 3rd session, let's say, and you feel it's not working out even after some weeks, that's no problem. You can just scale it back, come back to 2 sessions a week. Just remember here that the number 1 rule here is consistency. So the only thing that the frequency of the workout is going to do for you if you have less versus more workout is that you're going to see results faster or slower, but you're still going to see results if you're consistent.
How often should I lift weights? All right, so obviously it's quite tricky to answer such a general questions. There's many different factors that we have to take into account, the most important of which being your experience level as a lifter, whether you are rather a beginner, intermediate or advanced lifter, and also what your goals are. That being said, it appears that for most people, most of the time, trying to hit each major muscle groups twice a week for a total weekly volume of between 10 to 20 sets is quite a good spot. Now, probably the more you train, the more results you could expect. And that being said, you should try to organize your training program according to your schedule and your recovery capacity. So as a conclusion, keep in mind that whatever your goal is, the most important factor is consistency. It's much better to lift weights twice a week for a year rather than lifting weights 4 times a week for 6 months and then doing nothing at all.
So how long should people rest between workouts? Well, actually, this depends on the workout itself and how many workouts you have during the week. But let's say that you have a very easy workout, like a light day, right? Then you can probably do another workout the next day already and plan a hard one there. However, if you have a hard workout and then you want to train again and you want to keep a good level of performance, let's say, it could be that you need another rest day in between another hard workout. So that doesn't mean that you cannot plan hard workouts back to back. But if you do that, then you have to keep in mind that you maybe have to have a bit more rest before coming into that phase because you want to be able to sustain these 2 hard workouts back to back. And you also will want to have a bit more rest after that phase so that you can have another workout with a good level of performance. So here what you have to remember is that even though we're speaking about rest between workouts within the week, the goal is to manage that week so that you can reproduce that level of performance week after week so that you are consistent with your training because this is the only way that you will see good results in the long run. All right, next question. Is it a good idea to work out when feeling mentally stressed? I would say yes. So you might not be in the state to perform a really strenuous activity, but performing some form of physical activity can help you disconnect from what got you stressed in the first place and also maybe just channel out that stress out of your body. So if you feel that you have a very strenuous workout in front of you and you're mentally stressed, what you can do is just make that session easier or even change that session for something else. So really go for the thing that you would like to do in these situations, right? So make it easy for yourself to want to work out. Even a 30-minute walk could do the job. However, there are some cases where it's probably not really good to work out, and this is when you feel that having to perform some form of physical activity on top of your mental stress state becomes actually an extra burden, right? So in these situations, what I do when I feel that I'm battling between mental stress and having to work out, this pressure that I have, well, what I do is I choose not to work out and simply just focus on making sure I get a good night's sleep and I eat well so that I can just plan my next workout for the next day or whenever I actually want to perform it.
Why are my muscles sore after a workout? Well, first, what's soreness? Soreness is this disagreeable sensation you feel in your muscles the day or even 2 days, 3 days after a workout. Well, there's 3 main causes of muscle soreness. First, when you resume training after a break. Even a 1 week or 2 week break from training can lead you having soreness once you resume your normal training routine. Second, when you do exercises or movement you're not used to do. Every time you learn a new technique, a new exercise that your body is not used to do, you can expect to be sore the next day. And third, when you hit a workout a little bit harder than what you used to do. In this case as well, most likely you can expect to be sore on the next day. So what can you do? Well, first, don't worry. Muscle soreness is gonna disappear quite quickly. Now, in the meantime, if you still want to work out, that's totally fine, go for it. However, I would still recommend you a couple things. First, maybe try to do a little bit longer warm-up compared to what you were supposed to do. And then reassess, after the warm-up, reassess how you feel. Most likely, you're gonna have to go for a lighter or easier workout session, but that's totally fine. In conclusion, try not to chase soreness. Soreness is not a good indication of an effective training. You can totally work out for months, even years, not being sore at all and still making good progress.
All right, so what are some simple things that people can do in their day-to-day routine besides working out to see results faster? Okay, so my answer is probably gonna surprise a lot of you, but it's not about purchasing the latest supplement or training with the fanciest of working out techniques. It's really about mastering sleeping and eating well. So if you don't sleep long enough, or if you don't eat a good healthy diet, whether your goal is to increase muscle size or to lose weight, you're probably not going to see the results that you want to see.
Is morning really the best time to work out? All right, so there's many different components to that question. First, in all cases, working out is always going to be better than not working out. Second, try to follow your own natural rhythm. If you're an early bird, well, probably working out in the morning is going to be better for you than in the evening. And if you're not, well, probably you're going to be better off working out in the evening. In both cases, whenever you're considering making a switch from, for example, working out in the morning to the evening, or from the evening to the morning, at the beginning you may feel a slight dip in performance. But don't worry, your body is going to quickly adjust and go back to its previous level.
Okay, so, oh wow, this one is a long one. All right, let's go. Bear with me. So after someone has reached their fitness goals, how should their workout and nutrition plan be altered if they no longer wish to lose weight or build additional muscle? Okay, so let's try to give a short and sweet answer to that very long question. Okay, so there is the nutrition part and the workout part in that question, right? So what should you do when you've reached your body composition goal, whether it was to build muscle or to lose weight? So let's tackle the workout part first. So for the workout part, if you were building muscle, which means that you were in a workout designed to actually do so, if you've reached that goal and you're content with it, what you can do now is take that opportunity to explore, right? If you want to go into a strength phase or try something new, right? You've reached that goal, so you can actually explore something else for a little while before setting yourself a new goal. Now, for the losing weight part, so you've been training in a way that you lost weight, meaning that the most important thing for this is that you found an activity that you love, that you could stick to, because for losing weight, as in with any goal, consistency is key, okay? So again, for the building, like for the building muscle part, what you can do here is if you've reached your weight loss goal is to explore and try a new activity, or you can just stick to the activity that you've discovered that you love, that help you lose weight as well. And then you can, again, set a new goal afterwards. Now for the nutrition part, actually, the strategy that I'm gonna say here is good for either when you come out of a muscle gain phase or a lose weight phase. In both situations, you've been accustomed to a certain eating habit, eating style, and diet. So what you need to do now is you need to come back to a maintenance caloric intake, right? Where it will allow you to maintain the level of muscle that you've built, or to maintain the new weight that you've reached after a losing weight period. However, you don't do that from the next day on, right? So if you were in a caloric deficit to lose weight, what you should do is you should aim at coming back to a maintenance caloric phase over a few weeks. And you should not, again, like I said before, do that from one day to the next. And it's the same thing with if you've come out of a muscle gain phase, you've been accustomed to eating a lot, to be in a caloric surplus, and you don't just cut it from one day to the next to come back to a maintenance level. You have to progress from eating more to eating a maintenance diet over a few weeks again. Then this way it will be easier for your body to get accustomed to that new eating calorie intake that you need to maintain your goals.
How can I make exercise a permanent part of my routine? I would maybe follow two general steps to answer that question. First, start with why, and two, start small. So let's start with why first. You have to find a motivation. You have to find your why, your own purpose. What's your goal? What drives you every day to work out on a weekly basis? Obviously, working out is exhausting. You don't have to do that. So if you don't find a really strong reason which drives you to do it on a weekly basis, week after week, month after month, well, chances are you're not going to be able to stick to that routine. Second, start small. Usually, when it comes to training, a lot of people are very excited to start training a lot, maybe 4 times a week, out of not training at all. Usually, that's a very wrong thing to do it. Usually, those people, after a couple of weeks, are no longer training anymore. So I would always advise you to start small. I would advise you to maybe start training twice a week. Do that for a month. Then, if you see that you can do that consistently, week after week, well, maybe you can think about adding a third training session if you feel like you want to do that. And now a personal tip on how to keep working out as part of your routine. On this Sunday evening, I look at my work schedule and then plan my training sessions for the entire week. Oh, that was intense.
Yeah, but we hope you found what you were looking for. So if you have any more questions, just leave your questions in the comments.
Yeah, thanks for watching and see you in the next episode.